My name is Evelyn Adilia Jacobs. Adiola is for my mom's last name. My parents were Benjamin and Carlota Jacobs. Benjamin Jacobs comes from the Jacobs Assay Office. He was the third generation owner of the Jacobs Assay Office, which was a historical area as well, down the street from here. The empty lot where that real cramped, compact parking was for the hotel. Yes, I would go there just to remember my times there. Let's see, and I've been in Tucson all my life, and I lived in a row house just like 3 or 4 blocks from here for the first 19 years of my life. The barrios used to be, there was less cars, of course, more walking. I was told when my mom lived in that area that my Uncle Adolfo and he drove a truck and had a piano in the back that somebody would play and would drive up and down just to liven up things. And that's sort of where my dad and my mom kind of caught each other's eyes, but it took them like 9 years. But they used to do stuff like that, and I remember going to get raspados, and I'm going to Jerry Lijo's market. My mom would go to the markets, even though we lived on the north side of downtown, not very far. It was before the railroad tracks. So it was very family oriented. Now I do remember a little east from here and north was the plaza. So they had the theater and the placita, and I remember going to fiestas there all the time. And the placita was utilized. People had picnics on the grass around it. So, but it was a lovely plaza. I grew up looking at the Reforma, and the Reforma was hard to look at times. We're talking about the rundown buildings, either landlord or renter. But I was kind of happy to see it go and see a school built there. People would bemoan the fact that they did a TCC, but yet I've gone to quinceañeras here. I've gone to mariachi functions here. So it's coming back. It's taken a good generation or two to bring that forward. And there's been some good healing when they've named the plaza the Alma Torres Plaza and the Linda Ronstadt Music Hall. I think that's helped a lot, and I think that's helped to bring stuff to the center. My aunt and my grandmother lived on South 8th Avenue for 61 years, and my aunt got to experience Cyclovia once, and she took her hose and she hosed down the bikers. Awesome. And she died at 94. So, and it's been 5 years since she's gone. So, it's she was happy to see that. Of course, she complained about the traffic, but not getting out. But that was okay. It was all right. I think she knew it was just for a short period of time. And it was a great way for neighbors to meet neighbors. Because there were no cars, you crossed each other's paths all the time, and you borrowed stuff from each other all the time. I don't think it's that way now. Some of the houses have become businesses, so they're not there at night. People used to sit out on the porches and visit with each other, and it was much more integrated. It was much more integrated. Now I see it more separate, and so there's that unfamiliarity that's not there. Yeah.
In your time that you did experience some Cyclovia things, what was your favorite part about it?
watching people use all kinds of ways to travel and get the children out on their bicycles. That was really important. And really important to see the helmets being used, the safety stuff, because we grew up, we didn't know anything about not drinking from the garden hose, riding your bike without a helmet, falling over and hitting your head, oh, it's okay, all right, you kept going, But I appreciate the increased awareness in safety and pushing people to get back to walking, because especially in the Mexican population, diabetes runs so high, and so it's important for us to maintain physical exercise and good nutrition practices. And I liked the little booths that were there too. People could stop, and I liked the nutritional booths. People could get little orange pieces and half bananas or quartered bananas and water and stuff, and get to know the resources. We have an abundance of resources, and we have families in need, and it's so important to connect them.